TV for round 12 near full review of our clash with Queanbeyan. I'm here with senior coach Matt Angus. Matt, welcome once again.
Thank you, Brett.
Quite a comprehensive victory against Queanbeyan. Can we learn anything from that still?
Oh, absolutely. It was really important. We had a tough couple of weeks leading into the Queanbeyan game, where probably our first really poor performance or below par performance against Aspley. The players, really dedicated themselves to performing well, irrespective of where Queanbeyan was sitting on the ladder or outside influences on expectations of where we should, what we should win or win by or anything like that. So we had a pretty simple theme for the weekend, and the boys were outstanding. Really pleasing that, from a scoring perspective, it was a 100-point plus win, but 5 goals in the first quarter, 6 goals in each of the remaining 3 quarters, just showed a really even performance where we didn't drop off our pressure. We had 70 tackles again, so really high, which is extraordinary for the fact that we had well over 200 more possessions as well. So just a real good confidence builder going into another bye before we take on a top 6 side again.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned 200 plus possessions. I mean, Collison's had 40 plus again. Who else? Grayson did well against the halfback line. Benny Headland had 38. But it was almost Eddie Mellon's 26 possessions that saw him awarded best at our after-match awards. Great game by Eddie.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been on a steady improve again. Ed, his games against both Redland and Aspley were of a good standard as well. He kicked the 3 goals on the weekend, but it's just his work, his team first work, where he's giving off first option, bringing his teammates into the game. They really enjoy playing with Ed right now, and so it was good reward for him and good reward for Mark Collison, 40. He's been getting some high numbers recently, but it's a testament to his work rate, and also rewarded with a position in the knee full side to take on Tasmania this weekend. So a real well done to Mark.
Absolutely, and the entry into the forward line was pretty spot on too. I mean, Baxter's finished with 5, Goldsmith with 6. You must be happy that the forwards are getting their hands on the footy. Yeah,
absolutely. I think when you're possessing that much footy, it doesn't necessarily mean that in the past we've been able to possess more than Redland and Aspley, but not convert that into forward entries or clean forward entries. So Josh and Jake certainly presented well and got the rewards for being really strong in the contest and able to finish, I think, as well. Probably the first time this year where our key forwards have taken some good marks inside 50, but gone back and kicked the goals as well. So that's a testament to them, and well done. And also, you touched on Todd Grayson and Benny Headland, and I think also one of our young guys, Nick Burton, had a great game playing down back as well. I think he had 27 possessions. So between the 3 of them, they had 100 possessions coming to the back line. So there certainly wasn't just the midfield, Burgee and Colo and Geary, who were very good. We got a lot of drive out of defence.
41 hit-outs by Will Walters, which was absolutely dominant around the ground and in the ruck. Tell me about Will.
Yeah, so Will came into the side replacing Mitchy Brewer. He would have come into the side regardless. His form the previous week for the Gold Coast Suns was probably his best game of the season. So he was coming in with some good form, and then having to shoulder the ruck responsibility on his own. Something he hasn't done too many times in his senior career. So he handled that really well, gave us good spread around the ground, took some marks, and just showed some real aggression, which sets him up because he's got a fair amount of responsibility now over the next month while the other 2 ruckmen are out.
Absolutely, no, very impressive. There we go, that's a wrap. Sharks by 111 points. Join us next time when we preview our round 13 clash with Ainslie.